In terms of selling a home, I'm sure you get this question a lot. Well, we know you do. People come to you and they say, "I want to sell my home, and should I just spend a ton of money remodeling my home, or what should I remodel in the home?" How do you answer that one, Rudolph?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's a question that I get with almost every seller
Hmm.
who's wondering about that. Um, so let's start with the easy answer. The quick answer is yes. It makes sense to improve your home, put in a little bit of money, and then get a higher purchase price. It makes sense in general. Um, but the most important thing about this is, and that's what I always how I guide my clients, is return on investment. If you put in $5,000, you don't want to just gain, $2,000 in purchase price, right? That's not a good investment. See, my goal is always to at least double your money. If you put in 5,000, I want you to get 10,000 more in purchase price. And so there's different things to consider there. Um, in general, I could say paint and carpet. Those are good return on investment. Um, Then on the other hand, for example, replacing a fence, it's kind of an expensive thing to do. You're probably not going to get your money back out. So I'm going to say, probably hold off on that.
Hmm.
Um, the other thing is, it depends on what the rest of the house looks like. If you have a home that's dated and sort of looks a little shabby, it doesn't make any sense to put in a beautiful bathroom, right? Because it's not in line with the rest of the house. But those are also things. So yeah, so walk through with an experienced agent and have them advise you on what makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Because you're not going to put in like a new bathroom and then the house of the front of the house looks doesn't look good, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What
Those
about now? You
dollars, you can
mentioned
spend those dollars way better than putting a new bathroom in.
right. Now you mentioned something to me at the start of the interview when we were just chatting. This distinction between home owner and home seller. Could you explain what that is?
Yeah, so all your homeowners out there, stop thinking like a homeowner,
Hmm.
okay? You have to start thinking like a home seller. Because as a homeowner, you have things that you think you should do to your house because it makes sense to you. You like it that way. But as a realtor, I come in and say, well, that's nice and dandy, but the buyers are probably not going to agree with you. An average buyer is going to appreciate this more, and they're going to pay more for a house if it has this. And so then you start thinking like a home seller. It's a different mindset, and you have
It
to you have to
is.
learn.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm sure, a home is an emotional connection to people. But when you're selling your home, people are not buying your emotional connection to your home. They're buying a house, right? And so
That's
that
right.
was that kind of comes into that equation, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Where they're
Yeah.
like,
Some,
oh, but that's a homeowner, that's not a home seller.
yeah. A home seller is just thinks, what would the buyer appreciate? How am I going to get the most out of my dollars that I put into the home?